So let's go back and give people some historical context. I briefly mentioned it. So again, this was a big giant apartment building. So we're in Highland Park. This is where Henry Ford built his first Model T plane, maybe a mile that way. I grew up about 3 blocks from here. And this was one of the most jumping, heavily industrialized parts of America in the 1920s, 30s, even as late as the 50s. I think it won like best school district in America. And of course, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. By the 80s, and even now today, this is like East St. Louis. These are the 2 like most dangerous municipalities in the United States. Total disaster zone. So, but tell us about when did Eddie, so watch Motown Mafia. So his father is Courtney Brown Sr. and his partner was Eddie Jackson Sr. They were the biggest crew in Detroit in the 70s. And so what year did they buy this building, and what was this area like then, and what went on in this building? Because there was some other interesting stuff before you guys got on.
Yeah, so Eddie bought this building at the end of 70, in the 70s, in the 1970s, in the 1970s.
Just started to get money.
Just started to get money. His second main bought, watch Motown Mafia, he bought that building down on Hancock, right off Woodward, which became headquarters. But this was like his first or second straight up an investment property.
No drug sales.
No drug sales. He would occasionally keep some weight here, but this was not. When he bought this building, it was full of working class people working at Michigan Bell, working at the plant. Hamilton still had little antique shops up and down, little restaurants. I mean, it was a stable.
And this was 70. Okay.
Still mixed races. As late as the 70s.
Well, early, by the mid.
Yeah, I'm talking about in like 76 when he first bought it, because
it went by the late 70s. It was
it had changed. But when he bought this, it was a prime. Highland Park was just on his last leg. It was on his last
And
leg.
I'm gonna flash up some pictures right now of my grandmother and my father as children in front of this building. Then, of course, that famous picture we've used in the documentaries of his dad and Eddie in front of a car, and that's the same building. So these are all in front of the same building, which is this vacant field now, which was, oddly enough, I was connected with this being torn down. When I was in graduate school, there was a Highland Park Reading C. That's when the federal government gives money for more police and to tear down buildings, and this was one of the buildings torn down in a Weeding C. And I
never knew why they tore down there.
I actually came to the event, and I probably have a picture somewhere. I came to the event when they tore this down, because it was like, because this building was so big, there was like the mayor of the Highland Park came, and there was like a speech. Like, it was a big thing to tear this building down, because it's the whole block.
Oh no, it was a castle.
How many units?
It was a castle.
300-400 units.
Had to be.
So it was like a tenement building. Like
it was
nice. I mean, it was nice though.
Yeah, it would have been what we call now a small project.
Yeah.
A small project.
Probably had 900 residents or something.
Easy in that 87. By 87.
And what happened that caused you to abandon it?
So, I mean, it is what it is. So I said, in the 87, Eddie Uncle pretty much took over, is running the day-to-day hustle.
And it's just crack.
And it's jumping. I think
It
briefly.
was very violent. I mean, this is one of America's most violent neighborhoods. Like, it was, did you have problems with that? Because there was murder all up and down there.
I mean, to a certain extent, not really. Everybody kind of still is lazy 87 in that neighborhood. Knew this was Eddie Jackson's building.
But I mean, going to the store, any of that was an exercise in danger.
He had brought in some of your friends. Shout out to Scotty Beast. Shout out to Chop of the Hut. Some of that the old Dexter crew he had brought over here for a minute to help with management and security.
Yeah.
They wasn't all that friendly when they didn't want to be.
Yeah.
So that helped too. So between Eddie's old man's reputation and
some real people
and
here.
some real people here. And we didn't do We didn't do a lot of venturing out.
No, we're not going to the liquor store with your chain on. Yeah.
No, I mean, we had Jimmy Hurley and them had. Shout out to the Hurley family. They had the little beer and wine shop here. You had Old Man Sampson. So our world was pretty self-contained on this block. But anyway, so Eddie Uncle, Rev running the day-to-day operation. And by this time, it had to be about October '87 because shit had went so sideways. You know, I spoke about part of why we needed some money from Demetrius was, you know, I had fucked up about $250,000 in a 90-day period of lure of bras and blow. And anyway, so I moved to New York plus to help out the old man.
Going out at 90 days in 1987?
Yeah, we was climbing. We was getting a lot of money, man. That was the problem. We was getting young, too much. Because later that summer, that Bahamas thing had really kicked off. And then plus our friend is looking out for Eddie here. So we had 2 bags to fuck over. We had old boys bag. I had old bags, and then worst of all, I'm the money keeper for Pop's bag.
Oh, the whole sorry.
Shit got cool. Anyway, so I moved to New York City to slow down my life. I'll repeat that again. I moved to New York City to slow down my life.
Wow.
And help Pops out with getting the money back to the island. But anyway, me and Eddie, I'll never forget that we ride down Hamilton. We see the EMS trucks and shit out here. And his uncle again, bad manager. He's decent hustler. Bad property manager. He decides that instead of paying DTE, even like the utility bill gets sky high, he gonna do some street shit and have them.
So illegal hookup. And the guy kills himself.
The guy hit a pipe, gas pipe. I guess he's out of there.
Oh, so you abandoned him.
And that
because I always was growing up, it was always just hulking abandoned buildings. From the time I was about 12, which was 89 or 11, 88, whatever.
You know, and now again looking back, you know, if our mind had been focused, and you know, Eddie and them had all kind of shit going on, legal problems going on right there, and then right there after, as that shit was just going down, the old man caught another pistol case. He got violated. So we was distracted, young, a lot of the world because we should have saved this money. I mean, knowing obviously hindsight is 2020, I would have been like, well, check this out, this is a long-term investment play. We need to get the bag.
You were 21 years old, yeah.
It was just time to really tell a great untold Detroit story because it kind of covers Detroit at its zenith.
Very interesting story.
We decided that we were going to make a movie.
All right, Rich Rossi with you with Motown Mafia. I'm with Courtney.
Louis Stevens,
Courtney Brown.
Courtney Brown Jr.
And Alan Al Prophet Bradley.
And this is an entrepreneurial, inspirational story too, because again, you know, I'm a real estate retail guy. You know, that's what my skill set is. But I'm a businessman, so I was like, you know, we're gonna do it. You know, sometimes when you got a dream, you won't have all the answers on how you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
What made this one unique was not so much the crime, but the intertwining with Detroit's history and the Motown era and kind of the economic decline of Detroit. And it's really the story of a family. And from some perspectives, it's has a happy ending, like you said. For others, it didn't have a happy
ending. Right.
It is only when we truly know and understand that we have a limited time on earth and that we have no way of knowing when our time is up, that we will begin to live each day to the fullest, as if it were the only one we had. It is not the years in your life, but the life in your years that count. Relish love in all of your ages, but age love is like aged wine. It becomes more satisfying, more refreshing, more valuable, more appreciated, and more intoxicating. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life, longing for itself. You may have housed their body, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams.